Hi, welcome back to part 2, the good stuff, the inside. This is where we're just going to walk around the inside, show you all about the inside, and then hand over to a bit about us.
Yep, we'll tell you who we are, what we're doing, while we're doing it, and yeah, how that all came about. Thanks for joining us. Roll the intro.
Hi, welcome to Great Northern Adventures. I'm Kylie.
I'm Craig.
We packed up our lives and moved into our little home on wheels to take on the lap of Australia.
We'd like to share a journey of discovery and recovery that will take us to all corners of this great country, Australia.
Hang out with us as we share the highs and lows of caravan life, the quirky experiences and epic destinations that makes Australia the greatest country in the world. Hi, my turn. Come inside. Welcome to our tiny home on wheels. Come in. In. This is home. This is our 18'6" tiny home. We're going to start with the bedroom. We've gone rear door, very personal. That's just what we went for. We didn't want to walk into the bedroom. We wanted that space and our bedroom here. Personal choice. So bedroom starts here, as you can see. Usual layout. Overhead cupboards here. Cupboards down the side. We've got baskets underneath for shoes. Just came up baskets. Fabric baskets, bit grotty because they've been on the Pilbara, they've been in the red dirt. That just works for us. Slips under there, really easy, one basket each. We'll show you underneath there in a minute. Coming over to this side, we'll do Craig's side because his side is a lot neater than my side because
I fold my clothes. She jams her clothes.
I tend to jam. If I open it up, everything will come out and it will all fall out and I'll never get it back in. So we started with a beautiful white doona, which we soon discovered didn't work so well in the red dirt of the Pilbara and the Karajini. So we got a throw rug, which of this colour, which hides much of the red dirt. The only thing is with having your bed here, you do need to walk past and a lot of the red dirt does come off on your doona. So this works really well for us. Yeah, it's a throw, chuck it in the washing machine. It goes really well. Covers your doona, it can be used as a throw outside, can be used as an extra layer. So yeah, that works well for us. I'll show you Craig's side because it's the neat side. Just your latches under here. As you can see, all night neatly folded. His work shirts and his winter stuff up here. The winter stuff really hasn't had much of a workout on this trip. We've followed the weather, so
I wore that lightweight one up there once.
And on a day like today, which is 38 degrees, and we're following the weather around, we're up the top end, it's not going to be worn. So huge amount of space up there, and again obviously on the other side, that's worked really well. Again,
I like to collect work shirts, or not collect work shirts, but
from around there.
Just little mementos from different places we've been to. And they're handy to wear when you're camping and
they wash really easy.
Yeah. So yeah, I do have a lot of work shirts, but
they do work well. These came just as hanging space. Craig has put in drawers, which work really well for us, because then Craig's is folded beautifully. I don't think that was a handyman task for Craig, and then that gives you heaps of space. These go right back. So there is a heap of space in those. Even I do. Mine are crammed in, but no, we're not going. We're not going.
Have a look at this, will you?
We're not going.
Talk about. Look at that. Hang on.
Anyway, no, they'll all fall out.
She doesn't understand. If you fold your stuff, you get twice as much. Anyway, back to your tour.
So yeah, they go right back. So for us travelling, following the weather, shorts, t-shirts, boardies, all fit well in there. They're just sort of like a push in. We've got you'll see as in under there, the diesel heater, your inverter here. As Craig spoke in the walk around on the outside, he does have the battery box here. It's not a huge inconvenience. You've still got all that walking room down there. Slide out drawers for undies and socks, and still a fair bit of room, even with the bed up this end. Your TV, which I think all basic. You pull out arm, turn it around if you're sitting there in the kitchen. We do have our hats up here. Did have the Akubras in the car, but they went out of shape with the heat in the car. Craig has more hats up there. There is a hat missing, which is on his head. Fan. These are the Safety Daves, not the Siroccos.
Yeah, same thing. We ordered Siroccos,
Move
but
around.
Marvel, yeah, you get what's in stock, and we've had Siroccos before, and they work exactly the same.
Yeah, so you probably notice a difference. I'm not a fan of fans, pardon the pun. Usually they're up here. I'm not a fan, so Craig just got the one here. We moved them and just had this one here. As you can see, what is this? The DR
Dust reduction system.
Dometic. Seems to work well.
Yeah, gets more dust when you stop than when you're moving.
Yeah, and it settles when you have the windows open, the dust comes in. Seems to work well. Just your hatch with your light, roof hatch, light. You'll see our Fusion speakers throughout. Dometic aircon, I think they're pretty standard in all.
Yeah, one way or another.
Yeah, standard in all. So that's pretty much the bedroom. Do we want to look under the bed?
Yeah, have a look. I'll show you.
Run through
Show
under
all
the bed.
of Kylie's extra clothes that she can't fit in a cupboard.
I do. I'll lift it from the. It's actually a huge amount of space.
Yeah, so under the bed, yeah, there's some more winter clothes for Kylie. But this side's got the battery management side of it. So as I said before, it's the projector. I think it's PM300. There's a display over near the door, and that all runs through a smart shunt. So all your inputs and everything's measured. We opted to go with a solar MPPT so that the solar on the roof would charge at the same time as the alternator. And then we had just a projector alternator in about there somewhere, I think it is. Just marries in with the projector system, so we had that installed. And it comes standard with a 2000 watt inverter, and we just opted for a slightly larger one. We went with the 2600 watt Enerdrive inverter. It was in our last van. We thought it worked really well. Yeah, that's about it. And that's all Kylie's extra clothes.
Air fryer, toilet paper, and Craig put in a diesel heater.
Oh yeah, there's a diesel heater down there.
Comes out down
Yeah,
there.
I can't remember the brand. It
was a German brand.
Yeah, it was a deal one. We
the-
were going to go for the middle range one, and the salesman got us.
Got it at the Brisbane Caravan Show. We've used it once in summer. So
It was like the 6th or 7th of January.
in sunny Goulburn. So yeah, moving into the kitchen, we opted to go for the cafe style. Just being the two of us, we opted the cafe style seating. We've got the what do you call?
Footrest.
Footrest. So you've got a bit of room there. So you sit there, put your feet out. Table folds out. Make a bit bigger table. You know, if you want a bit of extra prep space for the kitchen, bit of working space, puzzles, drawing, whatever you want to do there. That folds back in. Underneath space here for bits and pieces. Oh, this is not going to cut. bits and pieces, puzzles, computer stuff, speakers, stack of room under there. Also under here, these cushions lift off. More space under there. We use the Kmart magazine holders.
Yeah, they're really...
Seem to be the right size.
You can see them for the tin
Yeah.
food. Yeah, they've rolled around a bit. We've had them there for a while, but they fit perfectly. They keep the weight down low, don't damage your drawers or anything like that. And the other one's just got some of those expandable Tupperware containers. And the other stuff in there is just cleaning stuff and yeah, spare toilet paper, spare paper towel.
Little vacuum.
That sort of stuff.
Little bits and pieces. So yeah, just...
And we have the same storage on this side, but that's got most of the wheel arch sort of protrudes into there, so we've just got some extra pair of hiking boots that haven't been used, and just a little container that we use to chuck food in if we're going to go camping away from the van for a couple of days.
Yep, so heaps of space, like with that and that. We usually use this just because it gives you a bit of space when you've got two of you walking around in here. You've got your basic blinds, your windows that fold out. There's where we opted to put the other fan for when Craig's cooking in the kitchen. Just blows the air through. Also just gets air moving around in here a little bit. We're really happy with that.
And when you're sitting there, it's nice on your head.
Yeah, I mean, even if you did go the traditional fans in the traditional spot, I think that's a really good spot to put a fan too. Just a little thing for pens and paper and, okay, so I've got the overhead cupboards. This is our bit of a, obviously not a food storage. You've got your hot water, your air conditioning, the lights. That's...
The solar fuses and your main fuse for 240 volt. And just the Fusion sound system up there, which is all Bluetooth and all that. Yeah, and we put the air conditioning remote up there. Hardly use it, because we can reach the control panel. But yeah, that's in there.
Yeah, so that's all handy in there. Your other two cupboards, which works for us. Tins, noodles, herbs, spices, cereals. We did opt out of going shelving. Just storage from Kmart seems to work best for us. Crackers, bits and pieces, cereals, stubby holders, which are always great for putting in places so things don't shift around.
Yeah, we did. We thought about putting the shelves in, but thought, we'll just give it a go without it. Because sometimes there's tall things, sometimes there's not. So yeah, we thought we'd give it a go, and everything sort of seems to work for us.
Yeah, it kind of works.
You'll probably notice there's not. It looks like we live on 2-minute noodles and packet food, but yeah, there's more food storage than that.
Yeah, we actually really don't. So that side of the van works really well for us. Just got our lights. Another genius hack. We bought some magnets just from, I think, Super Cheap, Sell Them, Auto Pro, Repco, any of those little...
Just the backings for your phones, for the magnetic phone holder.
The magnetic phones. Hardcore lights. Cannot rave about these enough. Come with a little stretchy. These have been on through the GIM. On those, did not move once. Survived 19 days on the GIM. Just your basic light, also your orange light. So we just like to use these inside just because it's a good amount of light. Great for outside, great for hanging in a tree if you're without power.
Or more so, it's a great amount of light and you can turn them right down. I have the orange light so bugs don't come in.
And you go a lower white light and it's just enough light in the van. We've got two inside.
It's more about the orange lights.
Yeah.
Because the bugs come in. They seem to find their way in with these.
And they just...
These types of blinds. They're not my favourite, those blinds.
Yeah, and they get pretty dirty too.
Yeah, if I had my time again, well, not if I had my time again, if I had the choice, I would have gone
the single
just that flat roller style blind and shade. Yeah, they get dirty, they're hard to see through.
Yeah.
That sort of thing.
So yeah, this side obviously is the working part of the kitchen. Microwave, which probably is more used as a bread bin Really good spot for the bread, wraps, whatever. Also, Craig did do a hack on that and put some extra supports in there just to keep it nice and secure. Again, past the gib, didn't come out, didn't fall out, didn't move.
Yeah, I just found, and I'd say just about every caravan manufacturer is the same. They just use basically tech screws into the side with an L bracket and then attach that to the cabinetry. And yeah, it's only a thin sort of aluminium alloy sort of shell around the microwave, so they just sort of wore out a bit and moved around. So I just got some little anchor bolts that,
nice and secure.
yeah, you can tighten them right up, and yeah, it doesn't move around at all.
So yeah, that was a really good hack, and yeah, it didn't move at all, and it's nice and secure. So that stayed there. Again, another 2 cupboards. We've got this one just for our soda stream, our kettle, our, I always forget the name of these, standard squeezers for the tequila, and all the important things at the back there. Soda stream.
They're not all.
They're not all tequila.
Yeah, there is some tequila there. That's my favourite drink. But we find, so some of the quarters we like are those Bickfords, is it?
Yeah, Bickfords in the glass.
And they come in the glass bottles. So yeah, we just dip them into the standard squeeze just so they don't break and that sort of stuff. And there's a bottle of wine up there I forgot about.
There you go, you know that for tonight. So yeah, our snaplock bags, all those types of bits and pieces, a bit of a junk bag. And this is like a first aid box. We do have a proper first aid box in the car. This is just our other bits and pieces, creams, Nurophens, little first aid kit, band-aids, tea tree, Clarentine, all that type of...
A little first aid kit, is it to stitch me back together?
Yeah.
It's a sewing kit.
That has been genius. All your little bits and pieces that you need, all up there. It's in a really good spot, so you can just grab that if you need it. Your basic range hood, light. We did have a really good little Kmart paper towel holder, but unfortunately that didn't stand up to the gib, so Craig's rigged up a little paper towel holder. You don't realise how much room a roll of paper towel takes up when you've got limited bench space. So you may see on here we've opted to 2 things. We've opted out of the oven when we built this van. We opted for a gas cooktop, and we've also opted for no drying rack for the sink. So we've gone the black pack. We've opted out of that. We put, which I'll show you in a minute, the little cloth here to dry our dishes instead. As you can see, there's not a huge amount of space. We've opted the gas cooktop. So Craig being the cook, we did ask on build to have this the other way around.
Yeah, you see these in vans a lot, and they've obviously got the simmer in the induction cooktops, and a lot of the induction cooktops you've seen going this way.
Lengthwise.
So
yep.
We thought we'd be able to get away with that to create a bit more bench space, but there's a regulation on how close the flame can be to a wall and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, they recommended that we don't do it that way because we might burn the van down.
So we opted not to go that. Went the black pack, went the sink. What, Craig?
Well, the black pack actually comes...
Oh, the black pack did come in there.
The van was a new model, or a new series of a model. Yeah, so standard was the black pack sinks and all that sort of stuff.
We do love the black pack.
The only thing we changed, so the twin mixer, so you've got your normal tap water and then the filtered water on the other side.
Which we love. We have seen a lot of vans with the big filter sitting on the bench, which you really need as much bench space as you can possibly get. So yeah, it comes out same as tap. So obviously you've got your tap, but then you've got your filtered water coming straight out of here, which is awesome. Craig did rig up this, just a couple of things on the back, and that gives you a whole heap more bench space here. So if you've got the air fryer here or something going here, this is more bench space. Really easy hack.
And Kylie burnt it.
Craig burns it on the barbecue.
Kylie burned it.
As you can see, yes, we've got a few little greenery things around just to make it feel like home. Another great thing we can't live without when we're moving, because we do have some knickknacks. Trip in a van from Navigator do have this sink buddy. So when we don't have a great deal of knickknacks around, These ones are velcroed to the bench so they don't move, but this is the exact size of the sink.
And we started with a small,
like an insulated bag.
Well, no, I was going to say we started with a small Smeg espresso machine.
We did, which is that here.
And just after living in the van for a while, it just took up too much space. But yeah, that was part of the reason the Smeg went into that bag as well.
Yes, that was the original reason we had this, because we tried it on the floor. So basically on pack-up day, this all just goes in here, that goes in there, paper towel goes in there, and it's all in there. Cannot recommend that enough. Then your benches, it's easy to get out. Another great hack was just this little hook on here. For your
a hack?
A little hack, little life hack.
A hack, I think that's just a smart place to put a hook.
Great place to put a hook. Another great thing Craig did, these cupboards didn't come, obviously they just came like that. Craig put magnets on them as well as the pantry, which we'll show you in a minute. So when you were stopped, there was nothing really to hold them closed except for the latch, which is fine, which we use for travelling, but you don't want to be latching and unlatching every time. So just a basic magnet.
Just a cabinet door magnet, got a magnetic strip on one side.
Yeah. So instead of having to do that all the time, little magnet as well as on the pantry. So basically, when we took out the oven, that freed us up all of this space. So we got a massive pot drawer in here. We only carry 4 plates, 4 bowls, 4 forks, knives. There's only 2 of us. We obviously need to be careful of weights. We only have 4 bowls, so we have this drawer. They're all soft close. Obviously, we close these for travel. We've got the Weber Q, this one and a bigger size, so then it can go from here straight onto the Weber or on the stove here, or with a non-slip matting underneath. Not a huge amount. Actually, coming from a huge kitchen and home and a huge pantry, we actually thought we need a lot more than we do, but we actually don't in the kitchen. Craig's the cook, but doesn't use anywhere as much as what we would think we would use as opposed to home. Fry pan, pot. We do have the drop down cupboard on the 2 bottom ones here. Under there is the hot water. No.
The water pump.
Water pump under here, so and that's a bit of the
water pump and the wheel arch, so there's not a lot of space in that one.
Not a lot of space in that one.
Just gets the dustpan in there.
Under the sink, basic. We had these at home. These are free. These hooks are free if you ring up Multi-Licks. These are great. We use these at home just for freezer bags, small, medium, large. You just screw it on there. Not full size bin, but pretty good bin. Soda stream, wouldn't be without our soda stream. Fits perfectly in there. Heaps of storage. Keep our potatoes and onions.
You can actually do your soda stream with it still in place.
You can actually stand there and do it. So you don't even have to get it out. Just got our tea towels. Look, I opted for Country Road tea towels. They're a bit more expensive, but they wash like a rag, and they've got the hook already on them.
They wash like a rag?
They wash like a rag.
What's wash like a rag?
They're so good. They dry, they wash, so good.
Shouldn't they just wash really nicely? Wash like a rag makes them sound like they're cheap and nasty.
Containers, Kmart. We've opted for the thin breadboard, cutting boards?
Cutting boards. Yeah, we've got a few of them. They do slip around a bit. They've got like a non-slip
they do.
silicone thing on the back, but they're a bit hard. Because they're so light, they're a bit hard. They sort of slip around a bit, so you've got to be careful with them. But we've got 4, so they're easy to clean, they're light, and if you're chopping some veggies and then you chop some chicken or something like that, it's nice and safe.
I mean, as you know, caravanning, everything's got to be light and weight. There's your filter for the tap here, just tucks in up here. Craig just screwed it up here so it was out of the way.
Yeah, it was just a little bit lower.
Yeah.
They just created a little bit more room.
So yeah, just our IKEA bin fits perfectly. Soda stream fits perfectly in there. All in there. Extra fly swatter. You're going to need that.
At least the flies haven't been too bad here.
No, they were terrible down in South Australia and the bottom of Western Australia. Oh my gosh. They're just our extra mats. So we thought that was a much better option than having a whole big drying area here wasted. So yeah, that's what we've done under there. That works for us. Might not work for anyone else. Magnets are genius. This drawer, knives, forks, again Kmart. You probably go through 1,000 little containers, all our little bits and pieces, egg rings, and that's what works with us. Again, the non-slip. We've only just gone 4 of everything.
And she had to go the fancy.
And of course we had to go pink and we had to go gold. It's got to be pretty. It's all about the pretty. So it went from the Smeg coffee maker to the AeroPress. Craig loves the AeroPress. I don't drink coffee, so...
Yeah, I'll tell you what, if you're a bit of a coffee connoisseur, give them a go. They make a really good cup of coffee. If you, my favourite is a long black, and yeah, they make a really, really good long black. It obviously all depends on the freshness of the beans and the quality of the beans. But that's the same for your espresso machine as well.
Oh, I just want to show you here. Craig loves a sharp knife, a really good knife.
Yeah, just in case Kylie gets out of hand.
Trying to keep them safe, sharp, not blunt. Craig made up a... Oh, how did you make this?
It was a bit of, I think it was gym foam mat from Bunnings.
Yeah.
So it's a bit thicker, and yeah, I just sort of measured
as
out
you can
how
see
many
here,
I wanted, and
little slits
yeah,
in
just
the
cut the little grooves in with the Stanley knife, and yeah, just sort of kept hacking away at it until they sort of fit and didn't really fall out.
And again, did the gib and didn't move. So yeah, it's light. He did build a beautiful timber one, but we had to be careful of weight. So
it weighed a ton.
It was beautiful.
I was so clever. Even I impressed my son Josh, who's a chippy. He thought it was pretty cool.
He was very impressed.
But yeah, anyway, that might be for the home.
Weights. So yeah, that was really. I mean, obviously this works for us. Bigger drawer. We have got another coffee. The bigger things in there. Again, you drop down. You open up. We've got our, our containers for the Weber. These are great when you're even doing a little potato bake or veggies or a little roast. Chuck them away when you're finished. So yeah, amazing though. What are we, 8 months in? The amount of things we've sent home, chucked out, thought we needed, didn't need. Yeah, it's all a learning curve. So that's pretty much kitchen. Obviously these all get closed on travel day. We have accidentally once left this unlatched and everything.
Well, like how you say we.
Because I'm the inside.
And every other thing is, Craig did this, Craig did that, and then we
did
left
leave it unlatched, and it did end up with potatoes and kitchen supplies all over the floor. But these magnets hold it really well. So pretty much that's the kitchen, aircon. You've got your usual latch up here.
Yeah, just on those magnets, they definitely haven't been put there to rely on them when you're travelling.
No.
You've got lock the door.
Just so they don't open when you're just standing still, and they've been fantastic. So moving on to the pantry.
Well, no, you're running the show.
Moving on to the pantry, which we actually were a bit sceptical, but this has been, again, these latches are fantastic because otherwise it would just sort of close, but it would come open. While you're standing still, the latches have been fantastic.
I think what gave me the idea to start with is that door, that top door, like Kylie said, it just comes open.
Just if you're a tiny bit off balance.
And I walked in, not like you look at the step, you're not looking up because you don't think there's anything there.
Walked into it.
I hit my head about half a dozen times on that thing. So that was the reason for the magnetic latch, just to hold it in place. And
it's excellent. I mean, if you just give it a push, it'll just latch itself. You don't even need to worry about it. So the pantry is actually huge. The Sistema containers are probably the best fit, width-wise, to fit in here. We've fit everything.
It's about 15 centimetres deep or just under.
We didn't think it was really going to be that useful, but it really is. We did have another beautifully built spice rack in there, but again, weights. We had to...
Had bottle glasses or bottle jars for them, so yeah, chance of them breaking. But went to the cheap shop, and they're like little wheelie bin looking things.
Little wheelie bin looking things.
Yeah, the hot spices. And they keep the spices fresh out.
Yeah.
Like there's even, those ones like
Little stickers on top.
Yeah, we found some stickers, but the ones like your Moroccan seasoning or the garlic powders and things like that go a bit hard, they haven't even gone hard.
So yeah, a huge amount of stuff. So that's probably why we don't use the other ones too much. We keep all herbs and spices in here. Everything's in there. Again, stubby holders have been fantastic. Usually we shop daily or every couple of days. So yeah, we don't have to keep everything's pretty fresh. Down the bottom is just sunscreens and bug sprays and things. But can highly recommend the magnets. We do have a shopping list on here. At the moment we're shopping daily, so we don't want to use it. That just stuck on there. We've tried a few things, but can highly recommend the magnets.
She burnt the battery out.
It was 38 degrees. It's too hot here.
Yeah. Sorry about that. A little interruption. The GoPro stopped. Got a little bit hot. Yeah, the temperature was 38 degrees today, but it felt a lot more than that.
Yeah.
We think Kylie was just up to saying that she'd done the pantry. I just wanted to say one thing. So yeah, with that shopping list thing. So just one of those whiteboard markers you get from Kmart. It's not a planner or anything, but I find it just handy. You stick your meat in the freezer and all those sort of things, and you just jot down what meals you have, and then you just work it out as you go based on, am I going to use the barbie, or is it too bad of weather, or am I inside?
Yeah.
Am I going to use the air fryer or something like that? Because, all those sort of things. So it's good just to jot down what sort of available meals you have. Back to the boss.
Lastly, in the kitchen, we've just got these really handy cupboard up here. Just opens up like that. We've just got Yeti bottles, snacks, toaster, kind of a bits and pieces kind of cupboard, that one. That's a really handy one. Craig was storing his red wine in there, and it kind of got a little bit too hot for the red wine. So yeah, not such a good place if you want to store anything that needs to stay cool. It gets quite warm up there. Don't
put anything on the western wall that you don't
gets
want.
Quite warm.
That you don't want to get hot. It'd be alright if you put a cup of coffee up there. Iced coffee, it'd come out as nice cappuccino or something.
We put our photos of our babies and fur baby on the fridge. Just little magnets from Kmart. I know you can get all the fancy ones that you put on here and stuff, but yeah, we just got the little ones from here. Just seeing as though we're living in here, keep our babies close. Also an Australian map, because my geography is shocking. I had Broome all the way down here at the bottom near Perth. So this is just, just a hammer map, just so we can just keep a good track of where we are. So just your basic Dometic fridge. I think they're pretty much all the same as in all caravans. Freezer, found these baskets at Kmart. Just handy to keep everything so it's all neat. We don't cryovac and things in there. We just pack them. Craig packs them neatly. Meat in one, fruit and veg in the other.
Fruit.
Oh, fruit and veg in one, meat in the other.
And what's your veg consist of?
Not much. Hot chippies.
Chips.
Fridge, same thing. Containers from Kmart. We found these little ones just from the junk shop, really handy. Couple of different sizes.
Yeah, just good little ones if you get glass bottles.
Yeah.
Just sort of reduces the chance of them breaking. Screw top lid, so just got to make sure they're on.
Your plastic. That's the size we found works for us. And our soda stream bottles, condiments.
So it's a 224 or 28 litre Dometic, two-way fridge, not the three-way. So just a compressor fridge. It works really, really good. We're currently up north, and it's freezing everything Yeah, we're right up north. Yeah, keeps everything cold, and yeah, it's quite efficient on the power setting.
We were lucky enough to come across the Gib and not need. I know we've seen a lot of shows on YouTube that have needed the baby locks to keep these closed. The only issue we did have was the skins?
Yeah, it's just like a metal
Did slip
insert
a bit.
over the front of just your fridge door and your freezer door. There's just like a slight little bit of movement in, just a couple of mil, but yeah, going out of the vibrations, it really, you can see it wearing, and you come in and there's like a bit of powder, and so we just stuck a bit of duct tape over them, stop them moving, so that it wouldn't break the plastic surrounds, because they just click in.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to come in one day and have the fridge door or the outside of the fridge door laying on the floor.
So yeah, no dramas with the fridge. That's basically the fridge. Bathroom is the last. I think they're pretty much standard. Bathroom, 2 top cupboards. Again, just your little clips under here. Heaps of space in the bathroom.
She wants to win Powerball and get one of those big bathrooms that are like
I want a butler's pantry.
Butler's pantry / bathroom.
Because when I get changed in here, I knock the toilet roll off with my butt, and I would like a larger bathroom. But I can't complain because I have a separate bathroom, separate shower, so my feet don't get wet. But that's my only complaint, I would like a bigger bathroom. But can't complain.
She's got to win Powerball first.
Can't complain about the amount of storage. Towels up here. We only carry 1 set of spare towels and a spare,
a set of beach towels.
A set of beach towels, that's the one. Up here, spare hand towels, just tissues and extra like mouthwash and shampoos and conditioners. We don't carry a great deal because you're always stopping into shops, big shopping centres. So that's up there. Heaps of storage. Up here above the washing machine, just cleaning stuff, spray for the toilet, pegs, bits and pieces, washing things. Up here, washing machine, 3.2 kilo washing machine, best thing. I was a bit sceptical, I thought I'd never use it. We use it heaps, mainly on power and water, because it doesn't use a lot of power, does it? You looked at the power, wasn't a huge amount.
It wasn't massive, but yeah,
bit of water.
You'd want the sun out.
Yeah, I think it uses about 35 litres of water on a short wash. So obviously you're going to want to be on water. Really handy. It fits for just the 2 of us. It's great. We really like it.
If you're on, packing up and moving on into where you know you're going to get water, you could do a load of washing.
Put it on that morning.
In the morning, and while the car's running and the solar's coming in, it's going to be enough to power it. And it's only like 30 odd litres, so as long as you know you're going to be able to fill up.
Yeah, it's really good. Like, no issues with it. Yeah, big enough. It doesn't shake the van as much as what we had thought.
You reckon?
You can feel it, but it's not crazy. And yes, this is a photo of our fur baby who's in heaven, bless him, watching us on the toilet. It's a bit of a joke. We used to watch him poo, so now he watches us poo, bless him. Yes, so he sits there. This is a mat I was talking about that we use to dry the dishes. It just hangs here, a bit of an empty space. Just put a fusion lock on there, and that just hangs there after we do the dishes. Composting toilet, best thing we've ever done. Nature's Head composting toilet. We last about 3 days, 4 to 5 weeks on the composting toilet. Best thing. Can recommend them. They don't smell. If you get,
where did you go?
So I was sceptical, wasn't sure, thought it was going to smell. Our other toilet smelled way more than this. Love it. So good. Sold. Any questions anyway about the composting toilet? Craig's the composting toilet king. He has got the ratios down pat. Doesn't smell. Best thing ever. So that's the composting toilet and all the stuff that goes with it.
I get to do the poo change, obviously.
He does the poo.
Same deal as with chemical toilets. I think all the guys pretty much do all the
poos. I do the wee
chemicals.
run. It's just the wee. You can do it anywhere.
As long as you get the ratio of, because you use those Koya
peat blocks.
Blocks from Bunnings or Big W, you can get them as well.
Yep.
They're cheaper to get them from there than to get them from a caravan place. Yeah, you just got to experiment a bit. Don't make it too wet, too dry, and once you figure it out and get it right,
best thing ever.
Yeah, you don't even know that there's a toilet there, basically.
Best thing ever. Zero smell. It's fantastic. Just a little thing for the broom. Broom just sits behind there. One thing in regards to the toilet. So that just sits there, clips on. Great spot for it. This is a bit of a blank wall. I mean, you can put whatever you want there. We do have a little bin down the side. We don't put our toilet paper in the toilet. It was filling it up real quick and it wasn't breaking down. So we just put the toilet paper in there and just empty that when we can.
In a doggy poo bag.
In the doggy poo bag and then into there.
Because that would stink.
That would stink. Yeah, that would stink.
No, I think some people do put the toilet paper in there. It doesn't really affect it. It just doesn't break down as quick.
And fills it up.
Yeah,
so
fills
just
it up
on
a bit quicker.
Just a little, literally the doggy poo bag on there, on the toilet thing, and other hack is we just put the fusion locks on here for our towels, just because we find the towels hang and go better on there. Craig also this is all we had for travelling for holding the door, which obviously on roads like the Gibb rough roads wasn't enough. He put little locks on here and here, so now we have 3 locks on here, which holds the door really well.
Yeah, just put a bit of bungee cord and a clip lock. I had a packet of those stainless stirrup things at home from something, so I thought I'll just chuck them on there, and it kind of holds it in place nice and firmly.
Yep. As you can see, a stack of storage, huge drawers, soft clothes. We have a side each. We actually have too much storage there.
Well, I have too much.
I happen to still fill Craig's up, but
so we don't quite have half each.
Basic.
It's probably about 1/3 to 2/3.
You know what it's like. Basic black sink. Again, this is just velcroed on, just a bit of greenery to make it like home, because it is home. We just put this in one of the drawers with the toilet paper so we don't find toilet paper through the van. I also have a bit of a smell fetish, and I like candles at home. I'm not allowed a candle in the van because I almost literally burnt our new house down when we built it with a candle. So now I have a little glass house reed diffuser here, which is my smell in the van, also makes it feel like home. So someone's alarm is going off in the background. Okay, it's stopped. That's okay. So Craig has also double-sided taped this on here, and I just put my little reeds in, just something that makes it feel like home.
She needs the smell diffusers after she does number 2.
No, because there is no smell. Fusion lock here again, just for hand towel, another little thing. Just a little, another hack. You need to come in here for when it's either raining or you've done a load of washing and you're moving. By the time you get to your next spot, just a little clothesline in here, just from Bunnings. Works a treat. And on the door, just hair towel, a couple of little hooks. Basic bathroom. I think they're all the same. Black pack in here. We have our little things to hold on the wall. They work great. They just stick on there. You can remove them. I wouldn't do it too much. Also got one over on this side.
Same again. She gets 2/3 to my 1/3.
He doesn't need much. No mirror or anything on this side, but it kind of works as a mirror because it's black. I think that's pretty much it for the bathroom. No real hacks in there. That's probably about it for the van. We've gone the lighter colours. We've gone the gloss, as you can see. We've gone the gloss. That's just our preference. We're really happy with it. Fingerprints aren't an issue. We're not finding an issue. We've gone the light colours. We like the beachy look. We've gone the light colours. Being such a small van, we wanted to have it nice and open and fresh and clean. We did go the dark floor because we've gone the light colours everywhere else, and with the red dirt and the dark, it really keeps it, except when you wipe the floor with a wipe, it don't look at the white. We're really happy with the light colours and with the black. We're really happy with the gloss, light colours, black. Obviously that's a personal preference what colours you go with. They all look great. It's all what you, and our little pops of colour, and I think that's about it. I mean, obviously if you want to know names of colours and things, drop us a comment. Craig might just want to quickly run through what we've got going on up here with the lights and that stuff. Again, Fusion locks there to put our keys so we don't lose the keys.
All right, this is the thing that Kylie still can't figure out how to use.
I turn every light on in the whole van.
It's just the control for the PM300. It's like every other battery management system. It tells you what's coming in, what's going out, your battery percentage and all that sort of stuff. Tells you if you're on grid, what solar's coming in. The only thing with these, and I think I know another few people on YouTube have had a bit of a gripe. You can see there the water tank. So our grey water is saying that it's 100% full. We're caravan park and we're running straight out of straight into the drain. So it's inaccurate. And also the 50%. A couple of things, because they go in 25% increments, and so that's not real accurate, because you'll go from 50% all of a sudden straight down to 25%, so it's a bit hard to measure that. Are you trying to get in the picture?
I'm nodding.
But the other thing, they're just really inaccurate. So what we did is we bought the Topology water flow meter.
Yeah.
Really easy to put in. You just cut it into your water line near the pump. Easy instructions as to what to do. You then calibrate your tanks. You fill them up as much as you can, well, until they're overflowing basically, and then you measure how much comes out with the Topology running, and then that's your baseline that you set. We've got two 95 litre water tanks, but that's not really 95 each, so I think we set ours at about 175 litres, and it tells you to the litre how much you've got left, so a really handy thing. We just use the Bluetooth because it's on an app on your phone.
Yep.
But you can get ones with displays as well. But that's probably about all we need to do. All right, we'll just set up for another little bit. We're just going to give you a quick little rundown on who we are, what we're doing, and why we're doing it. Give us a sec. Right, so this last little bit of this video, it's only going to be a little quick segment. Just who are we, how we're doing it, and why we're doing it. So hopefully you've seen the intro and you'll know that I'm Craig and this is Kylie. And we're Great Norton Adventures is what we're calling ourselves. Where that comes from is our surname is Norton. It's just a bit of a play on words, just a bit of fun. Obviously our logo looks a little bit like a beer.
Maybe just a little bit.
But different enough so we're not breaching any copyright laws. And if anyone from that beer company is watching, do like your beer, so nothing wrong with that. Sponsorship would be nice, hey?
From up north too.
Anyway, so that's how it came about. Kylie was in a hospital having an operation on her ankle, up there visiting her, and I think she was on still a few painkillers.
Just a few.
Because she came up with a name and then she started laughing and giggling for about the next 2 to 3 hours. So I think she was just on a bit of painkillers. So it was a drug-induced name. So that's how the name came about.
And it's Norton, so.
Yeah, that's our surname. So Craig and Kylie Norton.
Yeah.
Righto. So who are we?
So Kylie, obviously. Married 30 years this year. Whoa. We've decided to do the lap to test the marriage, but...
It's an old saying, you don't get that long for murder.
30 years this year. Got two amazing children, Emma and Josh, who support us wholeheartedly on this trip, which make it so much easier. Amazing. Mid-20s, empty nesters. No. So...
Well, they're not empty nesters, we're the
empty nesters.
They've grown up. Josh is a chippy and Emma's an exercise physiologist working up on the Gold Coast.
Yeah, so that's how...
Couldn't be more prouder of the two of them for what they've achieved.
Yeah, they're amazing kids, and they both make appearances they will be both making appearances.
Yeah, well, you would have seen in the last episode, just a quick introduction to Josh. Emma's meet up with us. Future episodes will explain what's going on there. But yeah, you'll get to meet Emma at some stage.
Yeah. So yeah, I have left my job to come and do this trip. Big step. I'm originally from Sydney. We moved up the far north coast when Emma was just a bub. I've always worked in early childhood. I've got my Bachelor of Education in early childhood and left my job working with disabilities, where I have my passion working with kids with disabilities. So yeah, that's where my heart is, with kids with disabilities, and it was time for a change, time for a break, time to find us again, time to take a break, time to do this, time to...
A bit like doing hard labour. Been locked up in it. It's about the size of a prison cell, I guess.
Oh, stop it. So yeah, that's basically us having a blast.
That's you.
Oh, basically, that's me.
There's two of us in this.
No, I'm the boss here. No, yeah. So education, disabilities, that's pretty much me in a nutshell. Looking forward to... hearing more about everyone and our followers and having a blast and sharing this all with you guys. And
she reckons she doesn't talk much. If I put the camera on, she won't stop.
And I'm the goofy one in this relationship. So,
all right. So yeah, as you know, I'm Craig. I'm originally from the Newcastle area, Newcastle and Lake Macquarie. Not long after school, so 36 years ago, I left home and joined the police, the New South Wales Police, and I made a bit of a career out of that after, it lasted 34 years, just shy of 34 years, so I'm going to call it 34 years because we're at the academy for a bit. Really loved what I did, miss it every day. I'm retired now, medically retired from the police. Loved it. If I could still do it, I would do it until the day I died, because it's just something that I really, really love doing. But unfortunately, way back in 2010, there was a pretty bad incident I was involved in that affected a few police, and as a result, I was diagnosed with PTSD back then. A little bit blasé to what PTSD was all about. Coming from that sort of generation where you kind of you brush things off and all that sort of stuff, so it was a bit blasé about it, but the reality of it is that the way it affected me wasn't all the best, and everyone around me suffered. Luckily, I had some really good help and support in the police and from some doctors and psychologists at the time, and I was able to continue on and keep going and doing what I love doing. But you have your ups and downs, and sometimes obviously when you got PTSD, one of the big problems that comes along with that is depression, so sometimes the downs are really down. So I haven't been the best to live with in the last few years, so it all came to a head in 2022. I used to work at Lismore. That was my last station. But we worked in around that far north coast area for quite a while. Then we went from COVID into the floods, and then just a lot of things just didn't sort of go very well for me that year, and it led down to me having just a bit of a meltdown. As a result of that, I was medically discharged. Just miss it every day. Wish I could still do it, but that's just the reality of it. Not much more to say about that. So moving on, without making it too much of a bit of a downer. So why we're doing it? As I just mentioned, the PTSD has been hanging around in the background with me for quite a long time. I've fought it, on and off over the years. Sometimes with some proper professional help, sometimes with some the wrong type of help by drinking a bit too much or hitting the bottle. And other times I found that getting really heavily involved in exercise sort of kept me going too. So I've had a lot of ups and downs, but sort of kept being able to bounce back. But this last one we couldn't bounce back. So that's the why we're doing it. Basically, to get away, reset. If you have seen the intro, Kylie does say it's a journey of discovery and recovery. So we're discovering our beautiful country, but it's also a time for recovery. Now a bit of payback for Kylie, having to put up with me all those years. But that's the why we're doing it. And the why we're doing YouTube. So we've got no false ideas that we're going to become these multimillionaire influencers, and next minute we're going to be driving around in a F350 with a massive, the caravan that Kylie wants with the big...
With the on-street, but then if anyone's offering...
No, so I've no illusions there. It's just about sharing our journey. Like my mum is, she's getting on a bit and not of the best health, so she can't travel. So we're showing her places that she's never been able to get to or see. And likewise, we're sharing with our friends and family that, they like travelling too. So we're showing them some places that are really worthwhile visiting. So that's the two whys. The why is just to reset and get back, ground ourselves, get away from the hustle and bustle a bit, because that sort of irritates me a bit. That gets under my skin. But
I think raising awareness too.
It took a bit of courage to say that. Took two lots of courage actually. One bit of courage was that I was a policeman, because there's always going to be the haters out there that not everyone grows up on the right side, or their only experiences with a high patrolman giving them a speeding ticket or something like that. But there's going to be people out there that aren't fond of the police, but that's life, that's the way it is. And the next bit of courage was saying that I've got a disorder that affects me greatly and affects everyone around me. Anyway, so we'll move on really quickly. How we're able to do it. So when I was in the police, for one reason or another, I didn't take my long service leave, and just it built up. And a bit later on down the track, we did have the plan that we were going to go on this trip, and use the long service leave to make that happen. We were very lucky. I took a remote posting 15 years ago, and now that enabled us to save a lot of money. We really got on top of our home loan and all that sort of stuff. So our at-home expenses are quite minimum, and we're very lucky for that. But the real thing that is getting us going is I've basically got a bit over a year's pay in my annual leave and all that sort of stuff that you get paid out when you leave the police. So that's how we're able to do it. We had the van before I left the police. We had the Ranger before I left the police. Just worked away, chipped away like everyone does, and you buy the little things that you want. We evolved. We started off with a little hybrid. We were going to go around Australia and that, but just as things happen, and then this was before we made any sort of solid plans. We sold the little Jawa. It was we love the Jawa, and some really good friends of ours, Ryan and Sammy and Eckers. They purchased it off us, and we hope you really love it as much as we did. But we moved up into a caravan, and then we just bit the bullet and said we've got to do something to help things out for our well-being. And it's been really, really good for that. So I still have ups and downs, very, very much the ups and downs. We do say on the intro that we're going to share the highs and lows. Unfortunately, sometimes the lows when you've got depression or anxiety or a combination of both, and creates a whole sort of whirlwind of trouble. Sometimes it's not probably appropriate to video that, but hopefully by sharing that little bit of a story might raise a bit of awareness for it. And if there's anyone out there that needs help, if you think something's going wrong, just talk to someone. That's the most important thing. Anyway, that's us. Well, we've finished on a bit of a downer here. Have to tell a dad joke or something, Kyle.
Honestly, if we can just reach one person out there.
What a...
Gosh, what did this turn into, some type of session?
I'm just trying to think of my favourite dad joke.
I only have Pepsi in here, gee. So God, you've got some good dad jokes.
No, can't think of any of them. But yeah, we'll leave it at that. It's not about feeling sorry for anyone or making people sad or anything like that. It's just who we are. We've kept putting this off for so long. Nerves and just sort of didn't get around to it. But yeah, that's us.
If anyone can, if you have, even if it's just for the weekend, even if it's for 2 weeks, 5 weeks, if you can just get out and see as much of Australia as you can and just do it.
Yep.
Like, life's so short. Like,
make the most of it.
Look after you guys. Just
make the most of it while you got it, and really, really enjoy life. You got to save for your future. We're living longer, and you've got to save for that and be smart. But make the most of it while you can make the most of it. And follow along with the journeys. We are really, really far behind on the YouTube episodes. There's a few reasons for that. Won't go into it, but partly PTSD and a computer breakage. But I'm working really hard to catch up, so that's a little bit more real time. So stay tuned. There's some fun stuff.
The socials are pretty much.
Yeah, if you watch Instagram and
Facebook.
not watch, if you're on Instagram and that sort of gives you an idea of where we are.
Yeah.
But I'm teaching myself as we go. Gonna get really stuck into it and start pumping out some episodes so that you can enjoy the journey with us, hopefully in a bit more of a real-time situation. Anyway, thanks for watching. Stay tuned. Next week's episode is a whole heap of Josh and his fiancée Kiara. When I introduced them in the video, you would have heard girlfriend. He's proposed.
After that.
Yeah, just after that. So, congratulations to them, and see you next time.
That's love heart to you all.
Well, look at you go. So, yeah. If you're a first responder or in the Defence Force, please don't be blasé about your mental health. PTSD is a real thing and affects you and everyone around you, especially your loved ones. Don't be afraid to ask for help. It's not a sign of weakness, it's a sign of strength to speak up. It may help you to keep doing what you do, or even save your life. Every organisation has a mental health support unit. Trust them, they won't end your career. I have no affiliation with the Black Dog Institute, Lifeline, Beyond Blue, but from my experience and people that I trust, they are fantastic organisations. If you're a partner, spouse or loved one, it's like walking on eggshells around someone with PTSD. I also encourage you to ask for help from some of these organisations for your health and to help the ones that you love.